scheduled for one fall.
You are now in violation. Security has been alerted.
Introducing first representing Security Inc. I'm coming to the ring by Cardona Malcolm Maria from Brooklyn, New York, weighing 190 pounds. Officer Ronald Moses.
BP Burke here with my broadcast colleague Jeff Christian, welcoming you to history, the very first episode of AXW Recharge. We're going to be here with you calling the action, and the first competitor, Officer Ronnie Moses.
What did you do wrong, BP?
I'm not saying anything without my lawyer present.
That's probably a good idea with the officer around.
That's a great idea. This is going to be the great thing about Recharge, the opportunity to see brand new talent on the AXW scene. Cody Fluffin coming to us in Orwigsburg, Pennsylvania, all the way from Augusta, Georgia, spreading the word of body positivity. And creatively entering the AXW ring. Do not be fooled by the physique. That is a very, very gifted athlete on the ropes right there. Cody Fluffin.
I thought you were talking about Officer Ronnie Moses until I realized he was not, in fact, on the ropes.
Also a very gifted athlete, though. I'll give him credit where credit's due.
Are you ready? Ready. Oh, yeah. Bring the bell. Oh, yeah. Bring the bell.
And we are off with the opening contest of the opening episode of AXW Recharge. Officer Ronnie Moses and Cody Fluffin.
I'm going to give you a check. I'm going to give you a check. The shirt, please. The shirt, please.
This is obviously a fine for indecent exposure, BP.
He is body shaming Cody Fluffin, demanding he puts on a shirt.
Indecent exposure is a felony, isn't it?
May I point out that Officer Ronnie Moses is not wearing a shirt.
Yeah, I don't see anyone complaining about that, though.
I don't see anybody but Ronnie Moses complaining about Cody Fluffin.
Officer Ronnie Moses' complaints are the only ones that matter in this situation. He is, after all, the officer, Ronnie Moses. Look, he's offering a handshake. He's not that bad of a cop. He's not a bad guy.
Oh, come on! An arrestable offense? That's a ticket at best. Not that they've ever been arrested for indecent exposure.
That sounds exactly like someone that would have done that.
You can't prove anything, Jeff Christian.
I'm
Irish
not
Ripper
trying to.
Fluffin, shoulder tackle, and there goes the shirt.
Oh, that's another fine. That's another ticket.
What department is Officer Ronnie Moses a part of either? He is not part of the great Orwigsburg Police
Security
Department.
Incorporated is his department.
It's not any department I know. And there is a butt bump!
There's something that has to be illegal about that.
That is not a loaded posterior. That is all natural Cody Fluffin. Steamrolling. There goes the steamroller right over Officer Ronnie Moses. Just a 2 count. Well, you got to back up and roll over again. You want to get a nice smooth Officer Ronnie Moses there.
Well, he already is. I don't think he needs any help.
There it goes again. There goes the bulldozer. Officer Ronnie Moses struggling to find an answer for Cody Fluffman and his creative, innovative offense. Here on AXW Recharge. If you're enjoying the action, remember to subscribe to American Excellence Wrestling on Patreon. Kick right to that exposed midsection and a knee lift for Moses.
This is what you get when you violate the laws.
So this is not brutality. This is not considered brutality in your book.
No, this is not police brutality.
That's right. You don't resist arrest.
Officer Moses laying in the boots, laying in the leather to Cody Fluffman. Choking, an illegal choke against the ropes.
No, it's only illegal. He has until the count of 5. The officer knows the laws, knows the rules. That was completely legal. He broke before 5. Nothing wrong with that, DP.
Knows how to exploit the rules to his advantage, more like it. Now going to the eyes, an illegal eye rake, being admonished by our official. Cody Fluffman fighting back with lefts and rights. Well-placed knee lift there by Moses, though.
Look at that.
A restraining choke, but only a 2. Back to the knees is Officer Ronnie Moses. Driving knees into that midsection, trying to knock the air out of Cody Fluffman.
Look, if anyone knows how to handle a perpetrator, it's Officer Ronnie Moses, and look what he's doing right now. He's doing just that.
The official needs to check that headlock. I believe the arm is under the chin. That is an illegal choke.
Perfectly legal. Perfectly legal.
Fluffman fighting his way out. AXW Nation getting into it, getting behind Cody Fluffman. There's the E-Honda slaps. And a big one to finish him off.
What did you call those?
The E-Honda slaps, the 100-hand slap. Have you ever played Street Fighter 2?
It's a video game. You think guys like Officer Ronnie Moses have time for a video game? Obviously, Cody Fluffman does, when Officer Ronnie Moses would much better spend his time serving his community.
Cody Fluffman laying the sonic boom with a boot into the fireman's carry. Samoan or Death Valley driver, excuse me. 1, 2. 2 is all he will get.
Look at the guard dog. The guard dog doing his job now.
Running distraction, running interference for Officer Ronnie Moses.
He didn't touch him. Nothing wrong with that.
It is perfectly legal. Fluffman intercepts. And now we're seeing a little bit of interference.
Whoa.
Well scouted by Cody Fluffman. Into the swinging power slam. And we could be seeing something that is not just irresistible, not just incredible. This is unfluffable! Unfluffable!
Just squash the officer!
1, 2, and 3. That'll do it. Oh, come on!
See, that's what a good dog does. When his master's down and out, the dog comes to his defense.
A brutal attack after the bell. Uncalled for, unspeakable. Conduct unbecoming of an officer. Cody Fluffman should be celebrating a victory right now. But instead, a vicious, a brutal attack.
That's it, Malcolm. You beat him down. Let me explain something to all you ingrates. Malcolm and I bring law and order to AXW. And you all simply disrespect. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. This is what we're doing to him. It's your fault. Because you don't respect authority. Because you don't respect authority.
And further brutal attacking from Officer Ronnie Moses. An incredibly sore loser.
A sore loser or a man enforcing laws? I said at the beginning of the match, indecent exposure. And then he puts his hands on an officer of the law yet?
It's a wrestling match, Jeff Christian. Officer Ronnie Moses holding Calvin Security Inc.
reporting for duty
with an illegal stop on Calvin Fluffman. We got to get him uncuffed. He might be a little worse for wear, but Calvin Fluffman will be making that long drive back to Augusta, Georgia, a winner, and there's nothing that Officer Ronnie Moses can do about that.
I hope he has to make that drive in his handcuffs.
That's going to be very difficult. He will get pulled over if he's trying to drive with his knees.
Serves him right. I hope Officer Ronnie Moses is the guy that pulls him over, too.
Well, we do apologize. Not the start to our recharge taping that we were hoping for. We're going to get Cody Fluffman checked out and make sure he is okay, and hope to see him back here at AXW in the future. So it's been a good time so far! You're witnessing the first ever recharge taping, and it's time for a title fight, as this next bout is scheduled for one fall. It will have a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the Pilgrim Brewing Fightertainment Championship.
That's a mouthful.
That's right, I don't need music, because I'm good looking.
Introducing first, from the greatest place on earth, New York.
Where are we at? Pennsylvania? I can tell by the smell. I'm the youngest veteran in pro wrestling, Reggie Collins. I've done this my entire life. What have you done your whole life? Eat hot dogs and cheeseburgers? Hey, you don't tell me how to wrestle, I'll tell you when the fries are done, pal, okay? I'm from the greatest state in this country, New York.
Reggie Collins with the friendly demeanor of all New Yorkers.
I don't care what you people think.
You know, I gotta say, I actually like this version of Reggie Collins.
Jason Berries is coming out here because he's Fightertainment champion. I'm supposed to care. Well, the only thing you're gonna remember about this piece of crap is that the youngest veteran, Reggie Collins, finished him off. I'm not even gonna talk to you, piece of garbage anymore.
A new attitude from Reggie Collins. Can't say I'm a fan of it.
I can. Huge fan.
But he has a tough test ahead of him. Everything goes with Jason Furious's music. You are going to see a lot of movement, a lot of energy from the Pilgrim Brewing Fightertainment champion, Jason Furious. Representing the finest, in my opinion, brewing company in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. We're getting started here. We are getting started right away. Cleveland not waiting for the bell. Choking Jason Furious in the corner. Jason Furious representing the official brewery of AXW Pilgrim Brewing, but he's getting the lights chopped out of him right now.
The youngest veteran in professional wrestling, Reggie Collins. I love it. I love this look.
Reggie Collins being taken apart right now, but Furious fighting his way back into it. Jason Furious, a veteran, can move. Look at that beautiful flipping kick, a standing moonsault press from Jason Furious, pushing the pace on the youngest veteran. We have a real veteran there in Reggie Collins, or in Jason Furious, excuse me.
A real veteran in Reggie Collins. You are 100% correct. The youngest veteran. Almost had him there, too.
Reggie Collins stomping the life out of Jason Furious.
Look at that. Look at that physique.
This is the fight that Collins wants to fight. He wants to keep Furious close. He does not want to let him run. He doesn't want to let him get those ranged strikes in. Does not want to let Jason Furious fly. He is putting forth a good strategy right now of just keeping on the Pilgaroo Fightertainment champion. Sunset flip for Furious. Gets him over. 1, 2, and just a 2. Vicious boot from Collins.
Look at him just stalking. I love it.
Very methodical, very measured, very tactical is Reggie Collins. I don't think that attack before the bell was something he thought of spur of the moment. That was plotted out, I am sure. Oh. And those chops.
Last year's Reggie Collins wouldn't have done any of this, and he wouldn't be where he is now.
Jason Furious returning fire, though, with some brutal chops of his own. And Collins with a handful of hair, being admonished for it, a handful of hair, bringing Jason Furious down to the mat.
Look at that leg drop, almost Hulk Hogan-esque.
The rumble in this building. The rumble in this building when Reggie Collins delivered that leg drop, scooping Furious up with one hand for the slam. You can still see the handprint of Jason Furious on the chest of Reggie Collins. Intercepts the double axe handle with a Manhattan drop. Furious waiting, measuring. Unlike Reggie Collins gonna wait for his opponent to turn around.
Oh!
Somersault leg drop. 2 and 3. That'll do it. And still.
Reggie, what happened?
Gentlemen, here is your winner, and still the Entertainment champion, the big fight, Jason Furious.
It's gonna be a fun night on Center Street in Cloudsville, a party in Pilgaroo, and Jason Furious is buying the first round.
That may be the only way you'll get me there.
You'll see me there regularly. We've got one more exciting match for you on this first episode of AXW Recharge. A little international flavor, Jeff Christian. A little international flavor headed our way.
One more match in our Recharge taping. It is a fatal 4-way match, scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first from the end of the world, weighing out 140 pounds, Someday Freedom, TV Cruiser.
We talked about Cody Fluffin coming a long way from Augusta, Georgia. Freezer all the way from Chile.
That's more than a drive from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not a geography major by any means, but
Oh, I know. You thought North Carolina was east of South Carolina.
actually I thought it was north of North Dakota.
It's not.
Learn something new every night, BP.
Santiago, Chile, weighing at 190 pounds,
Anderson Cage, Davey Freezer, one of our upcoming participants, are on excursion here in the United States from Chile, have been at a few different local promotions, but they have made their way to AXW. They have made their way to our first episode of Recharge, and we are glad to have them. This is going to be an exciting one. Normally we see them as a trio. It's going to be interesting to see them competing against one another.
I haven't seen them as a trio or against each other, so I couldn't even say that. But I'm kind of excited to see what they do. I know, you didn't expect that from me, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, I'm full of surprises tonight, PP.
You are.
competitor number 3 comes to us from West Philly, weighing at 176 pounds, Antonio
Antonio de Placeres, setting himself apart with that shock of blonde hair.
That is not Antonio Banderas.
De Placeres.
That's what I said.
Close enough.
Okay.
I know you do have an Antonio de Placeres love doll.
Oh, what?
I don't know if that's appropriate for you too. We didn't say any bad words, it's okay.
representing WXW, standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, and weighing at 203 pounds, international superstar, Norman Alvarez.
Definitely has the size advantage here.
Carries himself like a superstar, which sets him apart from the other 3 guys immensely.
I believe Horace is going to be your favorite here. I think I like the energy of our 3 Chilean counterparts in the ring. But a major star in the German WXW. I know when people in our neck of the woods here in WXW, they think of the great Samoan dynasty. But this is the 16-carat WXW out of Germany.
I admit I even went to the Samoan Dynasty WXW thinking, wow, don't remember seeing him there. You would think I'd remember a guy like that.
A lot of the people you may see on a Monday night from Europe, those imperial types, very familiar with where this man has cut his teeth.
Well, if he's anything like those guys, this is going to be fun to watch.
Horace will definitely be looking to utilize his size advantage, I would imagine. Much taller. I'm going to presume, maybe incorrectly, much stronger than his Chilean counterparts here. Warning our official, you treat that jacket with kindness. He's going to do it himself.
It's hard to find good help, apparently.
I think he may have given it to a lucky fan.
How lucky would that person be?
I think we see Horace here trying to forge a few alliances early on. This is not a tag team match. I know it may look like it. This is a fatal four-way. 4 international stars, 3 from Chile, 1 from Germany, South America, and Europe, both represented here tonight. And there you see Davey Freezer, and Antonio de Plasaras getting the early advantage here.
This is not synchronized punching. There's no judges on this either. I know the Olympics are coming up, but this is not an Olympic sport.
Well, I would say the Chilean judge is giving this one a 10 right about now. As De Plasaras and Davey Freezer go to work. It's actually elbows here now that they're a little closer to our vantage point. It's elbows from Davey Freezer and some strikes from De Plasaras.
I thought they were going to trade there for a minute and then went back to the guys they were squaring off with originally.
Oh, I know what you're thinking, Jeff Christian. When you're doing that crisscross, just nail the other guy. That's what you're thinking.
Absolutely. Take any advantage you can. Like you said, this is not a tag team match.
You're not wrong there. It is at a point, even if you are going to forge an alliance here, there is a point where it is every wrestler for themselves. As Haras takes a very wise powder, maybe a little spurred on by the 3 Chilean stars in the ring, and now we see Freezer and De Plasaras.
Hey, you might see the action pick up just a little bit now with these guys in there.
A little more fast-paced than we saw in our opener. A little more of a shade of Jason Furious here. As these 2 Chilean counterparts engage in a stalemate.
There it is. There it is.
Well played, even I must say, by Anderson Cage. Cage now working over Antonio in the corner, going after Freezer. This is what you got to do, Jeff. This is what you got to do.
You absolutely do. You have to take on as many as you can, get them eliminated, get a guy on the outside or 2.
Generally in these I believe he caught Anderson Cage with his shin. Cage nonplussed though. And Cage going out to the ring. Davey Freezer gonna fly.
And
but
they
he's
caught him. They dropped him face first on the apron.
Haras and Cage from opposite sides of the world, but they have formed a very strong alliance here. And look at Antonio de Plasaras with a surgical strike.
What about that surgical strike?
1 up by the German.
He just towers over everything.
Oh, you could hear that chop throughout the Orwigsburg Memorial, throughout Orwigsburg, throughout Schuylkill County. Backdrop dumped on the apron is Antonio de Plasaras. And now just some more insult than injury kicks, I would say.
Yeah, he didn't even wind up. It was just kind of like, I'll kick you however I want to kick you, and you're just going to take it. There's nothing you can do about it. Kind of like that.
I can't deny it's a great technique.
I mean, when you have the match under control that way, why waste all your energy throwing 1 kick?
You are absolutely right. And Haras, he's just going to sit back and let Anderson Cage do a little work, but he is firmly in control of this one right now.
Work smarter, not harder.
In a match like this, you are 100% correct, Jeff Christian. The best opportunist tends to win a fight like this. But there you see Antonio de Plasaras fighting back, giving it all he's got, but the numbers game a little too strong. That alliance with Davey Freezer. Oh, speaking of Davey Freezer, there he is.
That numbers game, what is it, the 6'5" numbers game?
That's a number that could play in the huge factor here. But everybody's the same height when you're on the mat. But it looks like Haras isn't hitting the mat so often.
Well, that's a problem for the other three guys
That is
because he's the biggest guy in the
That
match when
is
they're
a
standing.
huge problem. That is a huge problem indeed. Anderson Cage going to work on a defenseless Davey Freezer. And that's where that height does play a huge, huge advantage.
Some people would say, oh, it's just a body slam. It's a body slam from 6 feet in the air.
6 feet in the air is about, what, 3 or 4 steps off the ground? That's about halfway up a regular story. Try climbing up on a 6-foot ladder and jumping off and landing on your back and see how good it feels. Davey Freezer able to escape, and now that alliance has crumbled. The alliance between Harris and Anderson Cage has crumbled. Davey Freezer off the ropes, off the other.
Used him as a weapon.
Tornado Bulldog from the Chilean sensation. Clothesline on the ropes. I'm not even going to try to call it all. He's moving too fast. DDT. Ducks under a pair of clotheslines and out to the floor. Harris has told him to count.
I don't think there's a count out here, right?
I don't believe so, not in the four-way. Little miscommunication there on De Placeres' part.
I wonder if it was more of a matter of, hey, I'll just let him out there. Work smarter, not harder, like I said.
Float over into a jumping knee. And now De Placeres off the top rope. Big clothesline. This action, wild high kick from Cage. Scooping up De Placeres. Almost a TKO, but on the knee. Vicious clothesline from Cage.
I got to admit, BP, I actually like watching that. Look at that European uppercut.
A spinning European uppercut from an actual European, but a huge tornado DDT from Anderson Freezer. Sorry, Davey Freezer, excuse me.
Wisely rolling out of the ring after that DDT.
What a main event for the first episode.
Look at this, BP. He's on the top rope. He's on the top rope.
Freezer with a big leg drop on De Placeres. 1, 2, and 3.
Who's your winner? Some great winner!
Davey Freezer in a wild main event gets the win over 3 very tough, very game opponents.
Yeah, I got to admit, I didn't know what to expect out of this match. I'm pleasantly surprised. That was a fun one.
And what an opening episode of AXW Recharge for Jeff Christian, BP Burke saying join us again. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to American Excellence Wrestling on Patreon for more AXW action.